This is Jorge Herrera, and I decided to use my voice to show my disagreement or to fight against what the present administration is doing and the Democrats are doing. So, are you okay with Pride Month? Just understand it is a minority. It is a minority that wants to impose their ideology on the world. So we are just giving them too much power. We are the majority, and the majority don't have that kind of ideology. You probably remember that prior to this becoming so crazy with those parades of naked men showing the genitalia in those parades, if somebody would expose themselves in front of kids, they were arrested before. That was not allowed. That was against the law. But now we're going into this situation where they can come up with all kind of crazy things. So they are using power to manipulate us, and they are using power to put dissenting people in jail. What's going on with Steve Bannon? What's going on with Navarro? They are in jail because they were dissenting people. But Mary Garland and the Attorney General that for Obama, the guy that was the head of the Department of Justice at Obama's presidential period, this guy did all kind of bad things, and nobody called his attention. I mean, he was the one that created Fast and Furious. We sent a lot of weapons to Mexico. That even some of those weapons were used to kill border patrol agents, and that's why we learn of that. So why can they do all that, and they are not become accountable? Because we need to use our voice, and we need to force our representatives, our Republican representatives, to man up and get those people accountable. So use your voice and call your representatives, and use it like I'm doing it. Let people know that we don't agree with that stuff, and in that way we will be able to convince people that are undecided or people that are confused with all those crazy ideologies, where they are confusing our children and then affirming their confusion and mutilating them. Do you agree with that? If not, you need to use your voice. Also, they are putting in jail parents that go to school meetings to voice their discomfort that they are doing all these crazy ideologies of putting books in libraries that openly tell children that they can have all kind of weird sex. Come on, if you don't approve on that, then you need to protest. You need to use your voice. There are also uh, making people that that do not agree with abortion. They are making them uh, people that are against the law because they just dissent, that they just uh, show their disagreement with abortion. Like there was a lady that was praying in front of an abortion clinic, and she was put in jail for that. They are using power to do that. And what are our Republican representatives doing? Our attorney generals in the different states, they are not doing anything to call the shenanigans of the Democrats. So that's why we need to use our voice and tell them that they need to man up and start fighting. And we also need to use our our purchase power to let those companies know that we don't agree with that. For example, um, Alaskan Alaska Airlines, they are letting everybody know that their pilots are transgenders, that their agents, their booking agents, or the people that work at the airports, their mechanics, that they are gays or transgenders. Do I need to know that? So I decide if I want to fly using Alaska Airlines? I don't need to know that. I need to know how many hours their pilots have flown, what kind of equipment have they have them flown, how many hours do they have in the equipment that they are flying, how many different airplanes have they flown. That would give me confidence to fly with those pilots. Not not their ideology that they are transgenders. Actually, I will not fly these companies because they use that kind of uh, publicity. That is actually stupid. Why are these companies doing that? They want to go broke. So that's what they are doing. They are they are putting people like me that are probably the majority that want to fly with an experienced pilot, not with a queer pilot. So they probably will go broke by doing those kind of advertisements. And I invite you to not use their services. Remember, they are a minority forcing their ideology on the majority that are just giving them too much power by becoming by being apathic and not showing a real interest. So there is another company that is doing the same thing as is the ice cream company of Ben and Jerry's. They are also letting everybody know that they are behind those parades where those depraved men, um, naked men, they just go on parade showing their genitalia in front of children. So I hope you use your purchase power selecting other companies than Alaska Airlines to go to where you need to go, and the ice cream company of different than Ben and Jerry's to satisfy your desire for some sugar. So keep that in mind when you are using your money to buy ice cream or to select the airline that you want to use to go where you need to go. So let's get them broke. And then again, call on your representatives to ask them to keep accountable all those people that are doing all those shenanigans to create havoc in our country. All those people that have no problem promoting the injections that have caused so many damage in people. So all those people need to get accountable. Even governors and local governments that promoted all those masks and injections to create havoc in our society. So use your voice, do like I'm doing, talk, form a group, and talk to those people about common sense. So join my group, please. And if you do not agree on what I'm telling on what I'm saying here, then put it in the comments so we can have a conversation. And thank you for listening to my rant here. And make sure that you invite people to vote with common sense, meaning voting for Donald Trump. Because if you're voting for the Democrat policies, that says that you agree with the invasion of our country, that is going to take the resources that will help people that need them, that are citizens, our veterans. So uh, all those immigrants are going to take those resources, and will also probably the main reason they want all those illegal immigrants is because they want them to vote, but that's illegal because the vote is only for citizens. And there is even a law that some of the Republicans want to pass in Congress, but that law is already there that only citizens can vote. But since the Democrats want all the illegals getting driving driver's licenses that make them immediately able to vote, that's what they are trying to put this new law that is just repeating a law that already exists, that only citizens can vote. So let's make our representatives accountable that they need to fight against the Democrats that are using power to, to destroy our country. So join me, form your groups, use your voice, use your purchase power to make those companies understand that you don't agree with what they're doing. And also our representatives, they need to man up. So thank you, and I'll see you again in my next um, rant. And take advantage of early voting. Don't don't use um, mail mail-in voting unless you definitely or strictly needed. But other than that, use early voting and come out to vote also on an election day if that's your preference. But I think early voting should be used because something could happen on election day that could prevent you from voting. So I'll talk to you next time. So thank you.